Sound ready?
Ready.
Camera ready?
Ready.
Sound rolling?
Speed.
Camera rolling.
Speed.
Scene 10, bananas, take 1, marker.
Action! Hi, my name is Chris Martinez and I am the director of In This Town. In This Town is a coming-of-age story about a black teen who moves into a predominantly white town, and it's just kind of a slice of life in which he tries to fit into this town.
Looking at the story as a whole and looking at Yazdin's role, it's almost a rite of passage that he's going through as a black male.
It seems like when you grow up in a town that's not used to like so much diversity, everything you do is magnified. Like everybody watches you a little bit more closely.
Writing the story was just kind of me being in my own head. It was kind of therapeutic because I was like, wow, this is what's been back there.
It's not a huge deal. It's not. We're gonna be banging this out. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Oh, good. Okay, one more actors' places.
But for this shoot, Adam and John, we were the AD team. We literally ran into like minimal to no challenges.
I got ranch. This will put out the fire.
Where's the fire extinguisher?
Challenge number 1. At some point during the shoot, I accidentally turned off phantom power. So I went off to the side to collect myself and get everything squared away. And all of a sudden, my ankle just starts burning. And I look down and there's just a party of red fire ants on my left ankle.
We had to do a lighting setup that took place in the morning, and it was on the second floor of a building, and we had to get a light to the second floor. And that proved to be more of a challenge than we had expected.
It's not gonna reach! Wow!
In This Town was pretty effortless to get done. There was no major challenges or anything.
Challenge number 2. Another challenge that Blake and I had on set was just the fact that Ohio is the birthplace of aviation. Sound loves that.
I felt really bad because I think it was the second day of shooting. We had Ben, like 80% of the shots were handheld, and the Ursa with like all the stuff on it, it was kind of heavy. So I felt bad because Ben had to carry it around for hours.
I found it.
I love you.
We can sleep happy.
We found it. It was in an AD car because
That's who I signed it to.
I'm gonna go get more pumpkin.
I'm dying inside.
There was a lot of issues with things like kind of falling apart on set. Odera wore like a denim jacket and it has like those patches on it.
Wardrobe. Emergency.
They're supposed to be iron on, like it's supposed to just like hot glue on. That don't work, because nothing's allowed to go well in life.
No, but the shoot went really smoothly overall, so there's not too much to complain about.
Right.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Awesome job, actually.
Heck yeah. There it is. Smack that.
Oh.
Just like kind of the community, like the whole vibe on set was really nice. It was just a lot of people coming together. I felt like they were doing the best at what they could do. So I just felt like overall it was just like a good set to be on.
Yes, right there. Yes, Phil. That's it, man.
Wake me up before you go on. Take me dancing tonight.
I feel like whenever you do some sort of collaborative art together, you're bound to connect on like another level, on a higher level than you did before.
Great idea.
Oh God,
just blood! And he's dead.
I'm really just here to keep these punks in.
My turn.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
You don't need to know my name.
Dude, who's ready for these actors to kill it, man?
Yeah, I'm handling poop.
That's edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just move it. Get it out. I don't want it.
I'm talking about Viagra. What? It's we're talking about prom.
My favorite memory from set has to be when they wanted to do a dolly shot of the car going around them while they were dancing.
I was trying to think like what would be a good way to do that without killing Ben. And I kind of jokingly said we should get in a car and kind of just drive around them for fun. And Chris was like, yeah, let's do it.
They were just like running on the outside of the car the whole entire time, and it was a great sight.
I think that was definitely 100% my favorite scene to shoot.
Moments I remember fondly, there's a few. One is every time Chris got the actors all together and he's like, okay, let's just scream and everything. And then I'm like, well, all right, everyone, hold for scream.
I liked when we went and bought all the boxes for the living room and the basement. We went to Walmart, we bought all the boxes, and we made a bunch of boxes. We built up the boxes, and I told them not to punch and kick the boxes because they were doing that, and then they kept doing it. they kept punching and kicking the boxes, and they broke a bunch of them, and they ended up taping them back together.
What was my favorite memory on set? We can't tell. Well, Adam's gonna find out about this, I guess.
Okay.
For honor, or England, or glory!
I hit them, man. Are you dead? I accidentally hit you.
What a great strategy.
Don't tell Adam Panther.
Having that power, over someone. Ooh, it's the best.
My favorite memory of all time was when we wrapped the shoot. I got everybody who was outside to do one of those like sports tunnels, and I was like, all right, let's cheer for everybody. So when they opened up the door, we were like cheering, we were like, that's a wrap, woo, and everyone was like running underneath the tunnel, and it was really fun.
This is a set where like almost everyone knows each other, and especially with Chris as director, he's good at keeping that very like positive and social mentality going throughout the shoot. If you messed up, no one was gonna jump at you and be at you because it was just a very friendly, open set.
The morale on set was so high, and I think everyone was just so down to help Chris out and make this story come alive.
The atmosphere on set was perfect. It was very professional when it needed to be, and then because we were all friends, because we all knew each other, it was also like we had those lighthearted moments too.
The thing I learned more about Chris, like how Chris works.
Well, I want to thank everyone, obviously, for working on this. Everyone did great, even when things were sort of, shaky and like, I don't know, this has gone pretty smooth though, honestly. You guys are masters of your craft. I hope that you guys do take the message in the film seriously, and I can't wait to screen it so you can see that, just because what happens in this film is something people experience, and it's rough. But overall, I just really want to thank you guys for helping that get shown to people that need to see this.
I feel like I really embody Timothy's character because it's something that I have to do in my actual life. I have my own kids, and I have sons that I've had very similar conversations with.
I've been in some of those situations, especially growing up, and growing up partially in a small town. Those feelings can get really complex. The thing is with labels, like once people attach labels to you, it can be really hard to shake that off.
For the story, it was something that I've gone through in terms of moving from a city full of diversity to a smaller, predominantly white town. And throughout the duration of the process of making the film, I would have people come up to me and be like, dude, I'm so glad you're telling this story because I've gone through something similar. And that's when I realized that the story was more than just something I wanted to make, that the story actually meant something to other people, and it's something other people can relate to, which was an awesome feeling.